Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share and support the platform. Oh my freaking god, you guys. I was racing home to get back and tell you guys about this story. Thank you, my subby that sent me this story. You guys have asked, you guys have been saying, hey, where is B's family? Does she have a friend? Somebody has to know something, and somebody has actually come out, and this is a friend of B's who has been friends with her for some time, and he is also an anchor at ABC7. I want to show you guys a clip of what he has been saying about the relationship between Dusty Dan and his Thought scarecrow Alex Lerner. If you're having some skincare issues and uneven skin tone and acne, Moisture's organic skincare cream will be a great solution for you. It is effective. If you are interested in purchasing, please go to xmoisture.com. You guys have actually been emailing me about how much you are raving over CarMarshal because you like the simplicity of the site as well as their customer service. They have over 100,000 cars in their inventory for you to select from, so definitely go down to carmarshal.com, tell them Paris Milan sent you. You guys always ask me, how do you keep your skin so clear? And definitely one of my secrets is Cked's African Black Soap, and they have other skincare products that you can use. So go on to cked.com. If you use Paris Milan at checkout, you will receive 15% off. Again, go to cked.com. Also, make sure you go and pick up your melanated gear, your cinch bags, your hoodies. Go support Black currency unmasked. So Dusty Dan and his skankified mistress, Thought scarecrow Alex Lerner, have been going on this press run because you've had the griot come out and tell the world about the relationship. He got mad. Then I made a video where I went a little bit more in depth about what was going on, and he got mad at me, calling me a PayPal thought troll. Oh my god, you were so mad, Dusty Dan. And he's been thinking he's getting back at me somehow by going on this press tour, but his old Dusty, no eyebrows having Dusty trick doesn't realize the more press runs he goes on, the more people that actually know B and actually know Dusty Dan and his Thought scarecrow's true colors are going to come out. And that's exactly what happened. So B has a friend named Paul Wharton. Paul Wharton says he's known B for years. He also gave some disturbing information that I want to share with you guys.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, Paul, you have an inside track on this, huh?
When you sell your story to People magazine, hey, all bets are off. Well, this is what happened. I've known B.Smith for a long time.
Really?
And, you know, in certain circles, she's like our Martha Stewart. She was the first black woman to ever have a full line at Bed Bath & Beyond. She was a great restaurateur. And over the years, we became friends, and we were quite close. And so I spent a lot of time in the Hamptons over the summer. And to my surprise,
I didn't get to go last summer. I was tied out. I plan on going this summer.
So check this out. So I'm at a pool party where I was actually staying in the Hamptons, and Dan Gatsby comes in. Hey, Dan.
Oh, these are pictures. This is a video.
This is a video. So, okay, there you go. This is the exact moment.
That's what the locks look like.
So those two people in the back, that's Dan and Alex right there in the pool.
Oh,
you see?
Oh, like
So I'm seeing my friend's husband, Dan Gatsby, come into the pool party.
Oh, really?
I'm seeing Alex Lerner, who I know from my time in New York, and I know her well. And Alex says, well, do you know Dan? I said, do you know Dan? and so I'm thinking that they just came as friends. I'm taking this video, and I'm like, and if you listen to the video, I'm like, oh, Alex is busy at the moment.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, what is going on? So of course I had to retreat on that. And the next day we end up going to Wolford Estates, a winery up in East Hampton, and we run into Dan, Alex, and B at this winery.
Oh man.
And I'll tell you, so you know, I've heard what everybody has to say about it. For me personally, because I know her and I have known them, this is me walking B around Wolford Estates Winery, and you know, Dan and Alex, they were saying a lot. She's like a child. I said, but she's not. But she's not. She's an adult. And there was a moment where Alex did chastise B a bit. She was reaching for something on the table and she smacked her hand. And I grabbed Alex's hand and I said, Alex, you know, you really can't do that. So I think the issue is, for one thing, they have great resources. I feel like she should be supported more in terms of her caregiving, and this is just my opinion. Alex coming into this relationship, although her intentions are good, she's still a woman in a relationship with a man that wants to be loved.
Yes, but
you know, and is it easy to be the second wheel in that? I'll tell you one other thing. Dan was at the table. Oh, there you go. There you go. Dan was at the table, and he was saying to me, you know, B is the kindest, sweetest woman I've ever met, and I'm going to share. And I didn't want to for a long time, but Alex looked at him and smacked the heck out of his arm.
Wow.
And she said, I'm sitting here, and you're saying that B is the kindest, sweetest woman you ever met? And I said, Alex, that's his wife.
Yeah.
So really, that's the conversation. Can you come into a relationship with a couple when one is suffering this terrible disease and respect the fact that that's still the wife?
I mean, what he basically said is going on is that B is being abused. You smacked her hand, and Dan freaking allows this. And also that she slapped Dan out of jealousy because he said his wife is the nicest woman that he knows. And if you guys remember seeing clips of them in past interviews,
Dan always says, you know what, I wish you guys had met years before and we had met years before, but had gotten a chance to get closer because I could have seen you the best of girlfriends. And I feel that being around her because when I come here, she's always excited to see me. I'm always excited to see her. As awkward as it may seem on the outside, it doesn't seem awkward on the inside.
like, well, she and I wish we were girlfriends, and I wish I would have known her sooner. You were trying to swoop in and take this woman's husband all a freaking long because you saw how dusty and how much of a trick Dusty Dan has been, and you thought that it was a good opportunity to come into this woman's marriage while she's sick, and you know her husband is so dusty and stupid that he would allow you to do so, and he's just desperate for a white woman, and even his daughter is co-signing on this, and for this friend to come out and admit what the freak is actually going on. I knew this whole I'm a caretaker, I need help, caretakers get weak too. All of that was a persona because he was trying to hide the real fact. So, you know, for some of you guys, when I came out and said, you know, I wasn't trying to do a petition or none of that, that's because I didn't know all of this was going on. I just knew something wasn't right, as much as they have been trying to portray it to the public that this is innocent and he needs help and he needs a respite, he needs all this, and even his dusty daughter is trying to jump on that bandwagon too. Everybody that's trying to paint this story as if he's innocent and she's innocent, they're only doing it because Trickethot is white and browless Dusty Dan, they know that they're only trying to side with him because they don't really care about black women. Society really doesn't give a F about black women. Whether we are sick or not, you just see how we are constantly under attack and oppressed and subjugated, and to know that a black man is engaging in this. And when you see some of the responses from these black men on YouTube where they are saying, well, he's done enough for her, you don't know what he's going through, and you don't know this and you don't know that, and a friend who has known her for a long time had to step in and check Alex and be like, hey, don't do that to her. Her own husband, who has tried to pretend as if he's there every step of the way. I knew something wasn't right when I saw that video of him fake crying. I'm telling you, right then and there, I knew something was off because it wasn't genuine.
Best gift I could have, just the thought of her not being around is, I'm speechless.
It appeared to me, and this is just my conjecture, that he put her on that bus with the hope of her not coming back. He didn't care if she came back or not, because when they found her, he wasn't even sincerely sympathetic about his wife being lost for like, I think it was 18 hours or something like that before they found her. It seemed like, dang, like he resented the fact that she came back. And now that this is coming out, that you have allowed this potentially herpes infested woman come into this woman's house, smack her effing hand, smack you, and this sort of abuse is going on in the home, and we have to sit back and just be like, oh, well, you know, you're a caretaker, you need help. F you, Dan. I really hope that in the event that you get sick, that she beats the F out you. If you end up getting sick and you end up in a wheelchair and you end up defecating on yourself and you end up having rats gnawing on your feet and you sitting in a corner looking out the window while she's smacking you upside your effing head, that'll serve you right, because there's no effing way that your wife deserves this. You have degraded her image, you have disrespected her, you have embarrassed her, showing her babbling, and to see these articles where Alex is like, oh, well, I didn't want to be part of this situation, but it's pretty much in my mind just like B is like his daughter. She's his effing wife. And if he wanted to be with you, the proper thing for him to do is divorce her and get someone else to have guardianship of her. This bullcrap that y'all have going on is unacceptable, and somebody needs to take a look at this, because I don't think that this friend has any sort of malice behind telling this story. He doesn't get any money out of this. I don't think he's part of B's will. So the fact that he's coming out with the truth, I think he's doing it because he sees that Dusty Dan and Trickethot are on this press tour trying to make their image look pure and innocent and like this is a grand love story, when really this is a story of a black woman who works so freaking hard all her freaking life only for her money to end up in the hand of a dusty camel mouth trick who looks like his eyebrows is gone from getting his face written by that yeast infected looking thigh. Dusty Dan is not a good caretaker. He has stated himself B has fallen out of the bed because he had her downstairs by herself while he was upstairs. He stated himself that she's got lost on the bus. He's feeding her McDonald's. He's showing her sleeping in the shower. he's showing her babbling. Also, the fact that there are some allegations that she has been smacked on the hand by Cked. Also, to know that in these articles where they admitted that E showed signs that she was not okay with this, because when she is lucid, she did not like the flirtations. It would make her jealous when she saw him interacting with Cked. And this directly conflicts with the statements that he gave, saying that B was okay with this and that she told him before the disease worsened that he needed to go on with his life. However, what does go on with your life mean? Secondly, before the disease got worse, there were interviews that she was doing where she was able to speak clearly and she was somewhat cognizant, but even around that time she still got lost on the bus. So I can't really take what he's saying in that regard as fact, because you're dealing with a woman that when she is lucid, she is not okay with the interactions between him and Cked. And if these allegations are true that B in fact has been abused by Cked and Dusty Dan is negligent, they both need to be locked the F up. I just really feel like this situation, people need to question it. And I also thank a friend for coming out speaking the truth. And I also plan to do an interview with ex-nanny who told me that her character is completely horrific. So I will be having her on my platform where she will detail her true character. So anyways, you guys, let me know what you think about this alleged abuse going on. So please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.